villainize me is bullshit. That's black shit, just trying to have something to about.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's the Godfrey I knew was in there.
No filters.
No one wants to admit this, but they ain't got no choice. Tim Black was right about Godfrey. What did I tell you about Godfrey?
What? Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Oh, that's how you answer? Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm excellent. Shoot. That's gray area, right?
It is. It is also known as Amela. So I've been following you a long time, but I also follow Karen Hunter, and I just feel like you guys need to squash whatever this is because you seem most aligned. Although I am a little annoyed about the episode with David Oyelowo, but
okay.
I know it's not in alignment with the World Cup. So I can give you a little bit on that, but yeah. So, okay, one thing at a time. So, what's your side of the story with Karen Hunter? Not to overtake your show, but I am curious.
I'll take my side. Wait.
How do you feel about Karen Hunter is what she's asking, I think.
I got fired by her. What's the big...
She fired him.
She fired me. So what?
I know, but she says that you were like, listen, I've watched you evolve.
No,
so
tell me what she said. Get to it.
She said you were extremely disrespectful to her.
How?
She said you called her a bitch.
I called her a bitch after she talked shit about me. You understand?
Okay.
So get the whole story, okay? Because
Why is he so... See, look how aggressive he is. You sound real mad aggressive, like he's really pissed off. And like, I'm not understanding where the energy's coming from. Like, you took the phone call, you knew what she wanted to talk about, and then you offended that she called up to talk about the shit that you knew she was going to talk about. I don't get it.
Move the fuck on. First of all, I'm not trying to be mad at you, but hold on. I've moved on. I never mentioned Karen.
Okay.
So people were telling me, they were coming at me, like people were sending me messages going, Karen is dogging you on her show. And I was like, well, she fired me. Why? And I didn't even answer. I just kept it moving about my business. And she was insulting me because I know people that are loyal that were telling me, yeah.
You see, Godfrey's not keeping it totally 100. If somebody's dogging you out, talking smack about you, they already fired you. See, old school news, I don't feel like addressing it. I got other things to do. You know, instead of even addressing it, because you don't want to. All right, I'm going to try to get past this. We're going to get past the Karen Hunter stuff.
I mean, I had the proof of it, you know, but her saying that shit, look at her now. Now she wants to jump on David Oyelowo because fucking nothing else to talk about. So she gonna jump on my podcast, which is a dope ass podcast. And by the way, David Oyelowo has apologized, but British black people do not have a perspective of American blacks.
Even get it.
But the fact is that
there it is. Why didn't you say that shit to his face when you had him on the podcast? Could have checked him right then and there, and then this is not a problem. This doesn't happen. You're not having to address it on the show because you address it in real time. And instead of Godfrey admitting, yeah, you know what, I should have addressed that shit, instead of Dante sitting there and telling the truth, instead of Akeem, I think that's his name. All these people, you got two people on the panel right there with him. They know what it is, don't they? And if they don't know what it is, what good are they? But if you know, now you say these things. That's what you should have said at the time, Godfrey. But see, when you are a person that's playing roles, when you're somebody who's pandering and pivoting and trying to play politics, you're going to forget to do that sometimes. Sometimes you're going to be in one mode trying to play one role, and you're going to forget to play all sides. And that's why it's simplicity when you just are rocking for one thing. And that for me is Black America. And when I'm on that, and I stay locked in, I ain't got to worry because I'm already focused on defending, addressing, and supporting one issue, one people. And that's why it's an advantage to be that way. But when you're Godfrey, you're trying to keep all the balls in the air, then this is what happens. So he just admits the truth. You said David didn't have no business coming out of his mouth about Black Americans. He has a warped view of Black Americans, and this is all David's fault. But it's your fault too, Godfrey, because you did not say these things in your pod.
These mistakes need to happen so we can talk about it. So we can have people going, damn, I fucked up. I think David probably didn't mean it that way, but the British black experience is so different than the black American experience. He probably was like, no, it's a little subservient. They don't know any better. A lot of them just don't know any better.
No,
and I think it's good that people can listen. Hold up.
Sounded like some.
You're still defending him. Hold on, my bad. I want to hear what she has to say. I love to come back to this. But yeah, he's still defending David. See, he doesn't feel that David should have had to apologize either. Because he's still defending it. Oh, he didn't know any better. He didn't mean anything by it. Why are you guys so picky?
Mean it that way, but the British black experience is so different than the black American experience. He probably was like, no, it's a little subservient. They don't know any better. A lot of them just don't know any better.
No,
and I think it's good that people can listen.
It
hold up.
definitely sounded like some white people shit. I'm sorry.
What'd you say?
It was whack, but I said I'm sorry, but it definitely sounded like some white people shit. But I get it. But
what I'm saying is, that's what. Where do you think they're colonized? It's colonial mentality. That's white people shit. That's what I'm trying to say.
I think people were responding because we appreciate the fact that, although your heritage is Nigerian, listen, I've been through all the arguments with ex-boyfriend, Nigerian, the whole nine. So I understand.
Yeah, but I grew up, first of all, I grew up in Chicago.
We were a little surprised by your reaction.
I don't give a fuck what y'all were thinking because I didn't make him say that.
I didn't say it.
You didn't check your guest. When your guest says some offensive shit about black Americans, that's your job as a host to do that. You or Akbar. So you both fell down on your job. You got comfortable. It showed in the podcast. And some people had an issue with it. A lot of people had an issue with it, okay? So it is what it is. And if you ain't going to own up to that, if you're going to say, hey, if I could have done that one over, I'd have done it a little bit different, would have addressed it right then, but it got by me and I wasn't paying attention. Or it got by me and I just wasn't considering all things at that moment in time. But this is how I really feel. This is really me. And it is what it is. But to be like, I don't give a damn what you think. And all that air, that's somebody, that says a lot about where you are. And that says a lot about how you respect your audience. And it's a lack of respect. That's all I'm saying. That's how it comes across.
Didn't make him say that. So fuck with that. Because you all sit there and try to pick at the smallest shit, waiting for us to fuck up.
Fam, nobody waits for you to F up. You F up and then they say something. That's what we do in this business. Don't you do the same thing? Somebody F's up. It's not like you're sitting around waiting. I can't wait till Godfrey say the wrong thing. You gave people the red meat to go after. You did this. In fact, I'm gonna put it this way. It's all your fault. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this all at your feet. Cause it's all on you. Akbar don't know. Akbar ain't been in this business working with black Americans. If you know black Americans so badly, how did you not know black Americans were gonna have a problem with what David said?
First of all, me and Akbar grew up in Crenshaw. All right? I grew up in Chicago, some of the blackest cities around.
For the record, Godfrey, no one cares where you grew up. No one cares where Akbar grew up. What we care about is what comes out your mouth. What we care about is you effed up. All right? That's it. And if you grew up around black Americans and you know it so much, why didn't you check your boy? Why didn't you check your boy? Since you say he can't help himself, he's a black Brit. Why is he speaking on people he don't know nothing about? And why are you, if you know so much, why are you allowing him to do it? And then why are you doubling and tripling down on it and acting like it's our fault? We're just too sensitive. If you know how black people are. We're respectful about our stuff, and we need you to put some respect on our name. And when you don't do that in mixed company, Godfrey, it makes us feel like you've been phony the whole time. Yeah, it feels like it was a shtick, that it was a impersonation, that it was a bit. And nobody wants to feel taken advantage of. Now, if you can't understand that, that's on you. But that's a very common thing. It's a human trait for people to have a certain amount of bitterness towards feeling like they're being played or taken advantage of. And that's how people feel about you now, because when you got around your African friends, you did the worst thing possible. You forgot about us. And that's a whole beef. That's a whole knock on the diaspora, the Pan-Africanists, and the international, intercontinental Africans. That they really they got their own thing, and they only rock with us if it benefits their pockets.
Chicago's the most segregated city in this country. So I know what black Americans are like because I was stopped by cops, harassed by cops, called the whole nine. Okay, so I'm a little bit different, but...
Hey, being black is not just being harassed by cops. It's being socialized enough in the black experience to know, black people ain't gonna like this. I mean, folks, did y'all remember what David Oyelowo, y'all remember what David said? Let me play this. Just so people remember how obvious this wasn't gonna go well.
If you take the Nigerian accent like this, and you slow it down, you put a lot of slavery in there.
Facts.
And then you start to put a little bit of subservience in it. This is what starts to happen to the Nigerian accent.
Man,
it goes, because literally, if you're down here and you start to speed it up, and then you start to take all the thing out of it, then before you know it, you're
So basically, this dude was saying black people be doing the step and fetch it. That if you want to play like a black person, you got to act like a sellout of Sambo. You got to act like a subservient, uneducated. That's how you put on your black face. And Godfrey, who says he knows black people so much, so well, he gets up in his chest and angry. He didn't think about how this is going to come across to a black audience.
that show, what our show is, it's just 9-10 months. We're doing really well. It's needed. Nothing's gonna be perfect. So when someone goes, I didn't like your reaction, you're not a parent, first off. And I'm the first person, if I fuck up, I'll go, man, my bad. But David said it. So
you are the host. This is what it is, fam. This is the internet. There are going to be critics. There are going to be some people that thought you did a great job. There are going to be some people who didn't bother. But the people that have a problem with it are going to be loudest. And frankly, they're going to be what we pay attention to. But this is all you. Because you didn't catch it. Really, you owe David an apology, really. Because you should have protected him by standing on business, would have protected him and would have allowed him to clear it up. Then he doesn't have fallout because you address it right then and there, and he doesn't have to retract it later. There are some people that saw that podcast, Godfrey, who ain't gonna mess with his movies ever again. And you could have prevented that by addressing it when he said it, and he could have been like, oh man, I don't mean it like that. He could have cleaned it up. But since you didn't do your job, he wasn't able to do his retraction in real time and quashed all this. Yeah, see what I'm saying? Uh-huh. Yeah, you're welcome.
Villainize me is bullshit. That's black shit. Just trying to have something to bitch about. See, what we're doing is we're trying to work out.
It's just worse. It gets worse and worse. Now, see, now I'm offended by you, bruh. That's black shit, huh? Just have to have something to bitch about, huh? Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's the Godfrey I knew was in there. Come on. Yeah. You're one of the worst. Deep inside, Godfrey, you have a distaste, a disdain, a bitterness towards black Americans. You are who you complain about. You are who you be checking. When you are checking those people, you checking yourself. When you are defending black Americans, you're defending black Americans from a part of yourself, from within you, brother. Because that anti-blackness is within you. And you know how I know? Because of that comment right there, brother. That comment came from somewhere. You said that's black shit. Yeah. You're contaminated. So the guy who spends this whole time talking, spends a lot of time talking and so-called defending Black America, is also somebody who has a disdain, a distaste for Black Americans to a certain degree himself. And nowhere else is that more evident than out of his own mouth on his own podcast. And you can't blame a co-host. No one else said it. You said it. You're on your black shit.
People are traumatized. Black Americans are traumatized. Caribbeans are traumatized. Africans are traumatized. Everybody's traumatized. Black women are traumatized. Black men are traumatized. So this is all coming from trauma. And this should be a therapeutic podcast. It should be a podcast where we go, hey, man, we up. We got to talk about these things. But to just go, I'm disappointed. None of you are my parent. None of you. Nobody's perfect talking shit to me. You do a podcast and do better then. But my thing is, I'm doing this for the good of all of us to bridge a gap.
I thought you did your podcast for money, Godfrey, and to help your career. I know you did it for all of us. Now you are sacrificing. You're sacrificing. Don Lemonhead's best friend. That's what you're doing. Joy Reid's buddy. That's what you're doing, sacrificing for us. When you're kicking it with the Democratic operatives. Don't get me started, sir.
I'm a tether, I'm a this, all these terms for a bunch of traumatized Black folk. It's like, first of all, it's not sensitivity. It ain't sensitivity.
Open. Switching off, Godfrey. I wasn't.
What'd you say?
Like that. I'm telling you, you've always represented that.
Always, but then you get one little thing and you guys, as much as I speak up for Black women.
I'm up there standing up for you. I'm up there. Nobody else cares about you, doofy, goofy Black people. It's me, Godfrey, in those rooms, doing stuff, saying things for you. It's never to help myself. It's never to help me succeed. It wasn't for me to build a fan base. It wasn't for me to benefit. No, I got nothing out of it. Godfrey, nobody's buying it, man. You are not sacrificing your career for Black Americans. In fact, this podcast shows probably the reason why you haven't gotten where you want to get in your career is because of your mouth, fam. And your quick temper, your Nigerian running hot temper, which is on display right now, bruh. Your problem, not us. Not because you said something about to defend Black women at the time.
What do you think that does to me in this business when I'm speaking up for you guys? I speak up for you motherfuckers all the time. Most celebrities in Hollywood don't say a god thing about y'all. And I'm always opening my mouth for you guys. I try my best. But I do one thing, you guys just go off. I get it.
Yeah, I say it for you mofos all the time. Yeah, that's... Why would you say it for people that you think are MFs? Why would you feel that they should be sit up for if you think we're just a bunch of Black people doing Black-ish and some MFs? I don't understand it. Maybe you do it because it helps your career. Yeah, man, this is sad. In fact, fam, I mean, in a way, I'm kind of disappointed. I mean, I'm glad that you exposed yourself, and it gives me an opportunity to do a little victory lap and say, see, I told you how Godfrey is. I knew that was in there. I could tell it. But the other side of me is kind of disappointed because crashing out does not define what you did. You ain't just crashed out. You obliterated out. I mean, you did a Paul Walker. Burned beyond recognition. They're going to need DNA to identify the body. That's how bad you crashed out. You jumped into one of the volcanoes in Apocalypto. I mean, you are gone. There's nothing. The fact that Black Americans, any self-respecting Black Americans would continue to consume your content and look at you the same way is a testament to how forgiving we are. Because you don't deserve no forgiveness, man, talking the way you was talking. You was talking like you brought and paid for Black Americans and they owe you. You sound like an overseer. Not a supporter, not an ally, not a friend, not a brother, but like a person we are indebted to because you said some shit on your podcast. Nah. Hell nah. Hell no. And to me, you crashed out to a point where I think people have not really gave you justice and an adequate examination of how bad you did in this podcast. It would have been better if you just went out of address it and just moved on. If you knew you were not in a mental place where you could talk rationally and think rationally, and if you're going to be around Dante and other dude and they not help you, instead they pile on and help defend you like that's helping anything. That didn't help anything. That only made it worse. You need to check yourself, sir. Check you. Don't make it about us. This is about you. And like I said it in the beginning, Godfrey, none of this would have happened if you would have checked your boy on your podcast to begin with. You dropped the ball, and you should own that and get it over with and move on to the next step. But instead, you want to fight reality. You can't, it's like fighting gravity. You ain't got to believe in gravity, but gravity believes in you. You don't believe me? Step out of plane sometime. All right. Look, folks, put in the comment section what you think about this segment. I think Godfrey did it to himself. He didn't need my help. He did this to himself.
Catch Tim Black live on the most dangerous show in America, Sundays, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Times. Don't miss out on the real. Stay dangerous.